Ready. Play.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of my pre-Roland Garros WTA Power Rankings. This is my opinion on who I think the 10 players to watch at Roland Garros are going to be. Ranked from number 10 to number 1 in terms of who I think is most likely to win the tournament based on current form, but also previous Roland Garros history, as well as what they've achieved in their careers. It's not particularly scientific. We don't have a lot of data for 2023 yet. We've only got Charleston, Bogota, and Stuttgart to go off. But this is what we can tell so far, or I can tell so far, and we'll see if you agree with me or not. Probably not, to be honest. So, number 10, Paula Badosa has been showing promising signs in recent months. Had a strong run in Charleston and a quarterfinal run in Stuttgart, losing very close match to Aryna Sabalenka. The Spaniard has been tipped for a while to be a new Roland Garros champion. And at the minute, there's nothing to suggest that she couldn't be in the mix. But obviously with some slightly lacking results, she can only be number 10 right now. Number 9, Elena Vesnina. Definitely not a fast court specialist. Her first WTA title was on clay. She beat Serena Williams in 2021, got to the Roland Garros quarterfinals. She is able to play well on the surface. Slightly unfortunate to be hampered by injury in Stuttgart, going out in the last 16. Want to watch in Madrid. Let's see how she does. That can change her position. But her start to 2023 is one of the reasons why she's here. Number 8, Jessica Pegula. The American is quarterfinalist in Roland Garros from last year. She is a semi-finalist at Charleston. Hasn't played since. Didn't play Stuttgart. But I have no reason to suggest that she couldn't do well in Madrid. I think she's got a very open quarter, get herself into the semi-finals again. And her game does suit clay. It's very consistent. So I expect to see her in the mix. But some better results could push her up this ranking. Number 7, Belinda Bencic, here because she's the Charleston finalist. Charleston finalists have often gone on to have a strong rest of clay season. If we think on Jabeur last year, Elena Ostapenko in 2017. Belinda Bencic has never been past round 3 at Roland Garros, but she has to be in the mix so far based on the results that she's had. Is currently carrying an injury, so it does depend on whether she can come back in Rome. Otherwise, she's likely to maybe drop down or even out of this ranking if she's going to struggle. Daria Kasatkina is number 6. Bit of a risky one. She hasn't been performing outside of the 500s this year, but she is a semi-finalist from last year at Roland Garros. Semi-finalist at Charleston as well. And her kind of craftiness on the court will serve her well on clay. So let's see how she does in the next couple of weeks at Madrid. Again, these rankings are going to be likely subject to change after Madrid because obviously there's a lot more players in the mix. It'll be interesting to see how this changes. All right, halfway through the list. Number 5, the defending finalist from last year, Coco Gauff. The young American, very suited to clay, obviously also former Rome semi-finalist. Seems to be really comfortable on the surface. That final run was really impressive. It's just Świątek was more impressive last year. And Gauff this year's only lost to top 10 or Anastasia Potapova. Definitely someone who I think is going to be in the mix for some good results and to go deep at Roland Garros. Number 4, Aryna Sabalenka. Can't be ignored. Stuttgart finalist. Confident-ish run to the final. Just ran into Świątek on a good day at the end. And it'll be interesting to see how she does. Again, she's never been past the 3rd round at Roland Garros, but she did get to the 3rd round the last 3 years, so she's knocking on the door. I'm not necessarily expected to win the thing, but I think she's definitely going to be a factor at the event. Number 3, might be surprised that she's not number 2, but I'm going for Barbora Krejcikova. at the minute as number 3. 2021 champion. Good results so far in terms of like last 16 at Stuttgart, which is very unfortunate with her draw to run into Arina Sabalenka, who does seem to be someone she keeps running into a lot. It will be interesting to see how she does in Madrid. Got a good chance of reaching the quarterfinals there, and get herself potentially a little bit further up this ranking. And on paper, could be the best matchup for a competitive Roland Garros final between her and Swiatek. But results so far this year, despite circumstances, are lacking a little bit. And if we're looking purely at results, this is why at number 2, we have Ons Jabeur. Now, bear with me here because I'm aware that today Ons Jabeur pulled out of Madrid. Or today as of this recording. I'm recording this on Monday, the 24th of April. She pulled out of Madrid with a calf tear, which means that she obviously can't defend her title. She's going to drop out the top 4 and will be probably around number 7 in the world going into Roland Garros, which means a slightly less preferable draw. However, she won Charleston. She got to the semi-finals in Stuttgart, and technically, so far this clay season, has not had a match point converted against her. Obviously, injury played a part in the reason for that. But if the recovery goes well, I could see her as someone who's going to make a big impact at Roland Garros. Her game suits clay well. That drop shot's so effective on the surface. If Ons Jabeur is fit and healthy, she is the number 2 in the power ranking, behind the obvious number 1, Iga Swiatek, defending champion, 2-time Roland Garros champion. Unfortunate, maybe not to be a 3-time world Roland Garros champion. Stuttgart champion this year, looking to defend her Rome title as well, is playing in Madrid for the first time in a couple of years, and has only lost 1 clay court match in the last 12 months. The question, the narrative ahead of Roland Garros has very much been, who can stop Iga Swiatek? That's not stopping here. This power ranking gives you an idea of who might be able to stop Swiatek. It's more likely to show people who will be in the latter stages of the tournament, or most likely to be in the latter stages of the tournament. But as of now, barring injury or a disastrous next couple of 1,000 tournaments, Iga Swiatek is the heavy favourite for Roland Garros. Tune in for more from Talking Tennis over the next couple of weeks. And my updated power rankings after the end of Madrid will be released sort of around the day after the final, where you can find out where people have moved around.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.